Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Ninja Warrior podcast. Tonight, we are finally covering more Ninja Warrior.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been like nearly a month since we last recorded. Needless to say, we've been hanging up on this one for a while.
Yeah, today we are covering the ANW 14/15 couples special, and I'm saying it like that because the special is kind of weird. Yeah, similar to the family special from ANW 13 or 14. This was filmed on the season 14 course, but aired after ANW 15. Which makes the special really weird, because they act like season 14 didn't happen a year ago.
Yeah, and it really doesn't feel like it either. I mean, I really think this should have been on Valentine's Day. Like, right before season 15. Why didn't it air then?
Yeah, it's not like the USA vs. the World special is usually aired in January or anything.
Yeah, it would have looked a lot better. It's like how they aired the women's special on Mother's Day the last 2 years. I think it works as a special in that way. This is, honestly, like, why would you even air this way after the season? Like, what the heck?
Yeah, I wasn't even aware this thing was coming out until like a week afterwards, so... Yeah, this is an episode that I remember literally nothing about going into the rewatch here. But we're going to be covering it here today. Yeah, kind of just like as a buffer to get us back into this. Kind of covering out of obligation, honestly. I don't remember the episode being all that good or special, but it was fine.
Yeah, so anyway, let's talk about the course, the format, all that stuff.
The format looked very similar to the family competition, where the couples will split up and ran in a relay format across the 6-obstacle course. Or they would tag each other off and see how many points they get, 1 point per obstacle. And then the top, I think 6, I think 6?
Yeah, I don't remember.
I think it was top 6. It might even more, might even less, who knows. You can correct me.
Yes, I will. You have the genuine promise that I will correct you if you're wrong.
Yeah, but, so the top 6 moved on to the finals course, where they ran the full 10 obstacles, and see how many more points they can get. And after that, we move on to a power tower race between the final 2 teams. I don't think there was any kind of semifinals thing, just power tower race between the 2 teams in a relay style format, just like it was for ANW for the family special. We'll get to it when we get to it. But honestly, just going to this, was this better than that family competition?
Okay, comparing to that, it was actually pretty decent. I actually liked this way more. It was way more entertaining. We knew a lot more of the ninjas, which was nice. But this is ultimately, like, still just as boring. I think it is less boring, but, like, still feels really it just still feels really unneeded in the grand scheme of things. So, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really wrong with this special outright. It's just a little weird being instituted here, but you know what? It's fine. You know what? It's not as bad as you may think. It actually is pretty decent. And, yeah, what are we talking about here today? Yeah, starting off, we have the course. In the first round, we had the 6 obstacles, striking steps, over under, air surfer, diamond dash, kaleidoscope, and warp wall. Honestly, it's kind of weird seeing the season 14 course again, because the season 15 courses were so much more lackluster than this.
Yeah, this is the highlight right here, like, because the obstacles are slightly better. I don't like many of these picks. Diamond Dash is probably the only one I kind of like, but, they're so much better than what season 15 really had to offer.
Yeah, exactly. So, I find it really funny it being aired afterwards. It kind of just shows the difference between season 15's qualifiers and season 14's. Like, even seasonal differences, they don't feel as cheap, which is kind of crazy to me.
Yeah, it's really great. Yeah, it's really weird. Like, that's how they went. But the way they cut costs is weird in the show. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think this was a bad course. Despite how much, like, I don't like kaleidoscope and other obstacles, it's a lot better than the courses we would see saw in season 15. So, honestly, I think I can accept it.
Yeah, it's for the special. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, so moving on. This episode has some really weird editing choices. It was very over the top. Kind of reminded me of like how they edited ANW Junior. Because honestly, it was too over the top for me to even really feel like it was watchable.
Oh yeah, especially with like the big segments that every couple got. Man, it just was it weird. Yeah, let's talk about the individual runs now.
Yeah, so the first one was between boyfriend and girlfriend James McGrath and Alyssa Beard, who we saw get together last season when James McGrath proposed to her. They really overblowed that. And here's what we're doing with the editing, how they have to specifically say it was in season 14. And yeah, it's a little bit playful because McGrath says back in the qualifiers like this wasn't aired a year ago.
Yeah, it's a little weird, but you know what? It's fine. The segment ran a little long, but it's not as bad as others, as we'll end up seeing in a minute here. The one itself was actually kind of disappointing, with Alyssa Beard falling on air surfer. However, James McGrath was able to get revenge on Kaleidoscope and hit a buzzer, so they ended up getting 5 points.
Yeah, pretty good one. I honestly don't have much to say about it, but still, these are two like that really haven't gotten much build up in the show. Like, aside from that season 14 one, I don't know, McGrath has been recovering from his shoulder injury from over the years and stuff. But it's really good to see both of them on the score, especially James McGrath. It's so cool to see him happy again, and so cool to see these two. I do think they're actually like kind of cute.
Yeah, a little bit. Like, you can see it. After that, we had, probably could think of the weirdest one of the episode, Sam Gray and Colleen Cahill. I think that's her name. I don't know how to say it, but I think that's it.
Yeah, so they had this weird segment where both these characters are wrestlers, so they had this weird segment that was really over the top and annoying, where they kept on coming in with new names of each other, with new power couple names for each other, and it was just over the top and annoying. I was begging for the segment to end.
Yeah, and the one itself was pretty disappointing too. Like, I kind of wish these two were fast forwarded, because Colleen fell on over under, and then Sam fell on Kaleidoscope. Like, these two only got 2 points collectively. There was almost no point in showing them.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's basically it. Anyway, after them, we had Joe Capo and Abby Clark.
Yeah, this was actually a really cool one to see. Like, this is a couple we didn't really know all that well. They've only competed together once, and Capo wasn't really shown of them much during that season. But honestly, yeah, it was really good. These two had a pretty decent segment. I mean, it was more about how they met in college and all that, how they both competed in gymnastics. It wasn't really entertaining, but it was fine enough, you know?
Yeah, it's like, usually a segment you expect them to be terrible, so when they're not, they're just kind of boring.
Yes! When they're not terrible, you have nothing to talk about, but otherwise... Okay, that's good.
Are you just coming to this realization now?
I guess! I really should not have. Okay. Oh God.
Okay, I think she needs a minute.
I'm sorry. I don't know why this is such a motivation to me. I don't know why. We're good.
This one, it was actually kind of disappointing, as while yes, Abby Clark made it through her 3 obstacles just fine without much problem, Joe ended up falling on Kaleidoscope, which was really unfortunate. Yeah, I was honestly expecting them to be the first finish shows of the night, so it was honestly pretty surprising, but still really good. After that, we had Sandy Zimmerman and Charlie Zimmerman, who were the only parents competing tonight, and they had a very weird segment, to put it lightly.
Yeah, weird segment, as in, they had a segment about how long they've been married, 25 years. It was definitely more than any other couple competing here. But the one thing about this one is that they were talking about having a divorce, and then kind of just didn't say the how, the why, and why they're not divorcing.
Yeah, like, it seemed really, in the context of the segment, it seemed really random that they were talking about how they loved each other, and they were all of a sudden having a divorce. Like, There was no introduction to that, and there was no conclusion to that. It was kind of just they brought that up and then they didn't take it anywhere. You know, I'm not saying that it's not that it didn't happen or anything. Like they said, they had a conversation with the kids, and I'm like, I don't know why they would just say that. Honestly, I don't see what's the point of breaking up that drama either. Well, especially if like it wasn't real or anything. Especially if they weren't going to take it anywhere. But like it's weird. It kind of just makes the segment feel tragic for no reason.
Oh yeah, for sure. The run itself, Sandy went through her four obstacles, but similar to the last one. Charlie Zimmerman failing in the final over Kaleidoscope, meaning they ended their run with only 4 points. Honestly, disappointing.
Yeah, again, we were expecting him to clear the entire thing, but that did not happen. And yeah, after them we had Austin Gray and Jaylene Bennett.
What about Nate Hansen?
Okay, so this is probably the most polyester thing in Ninja Warrior.
Oh yeah, I was the one to come up with that as a lesbian in the crowd, and we're gonna get to it in a bit here, but yeah. So they had we had a segment with Austin Gray and Jaylene Bennett where they would talk about how Nate Hansen is their third wheel, and stuck them together as a couple. And honestly, in my head, this is polyester. Like. I don't think I can always see these two working without Nate in the background, you know?
Yeah, it's a little weird. Honestly, I mean, don't take this for granted here. It's just opinions.
Yeah, this was definitely the best segment of the night by far. It was really the only thing that was even memorable about this episode. But it was so really cool to hear. Like, this segment was really cool. And the one itself was really good, with Austin and Jaylene being the first perfect couple. Both getting through the obstacles and hitting a buzzer, and Austin hitting a buzzer at the end.
Yeah, so they were the first couple to get a full 6 points. Really cool to see. Again, my best segment of the night, by far. For that, we had Barclay Socket and T. Jackson, definitely second place as well as, the gay couple. And honestly, this is a lot better than their introduction during season 14 semis.
Yeah, it was kind of more like an aftermath segment, more like a sequel kind of thing, because they were just talking about how the two of them, revealed they were a thing, and all that. Well, yes, I didn't like the story originally, just because I thought it was overhyped as heck. I think here it's a little bit better. I think they're really cute here, and I think it's really cool to see. See, obviously representation means a lot to me, but honestly, yeah, I honestly love how we got to see a gay couple in here. Like, I know it's only one, but, like, it's something.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. Well, unfortunately, Barclay and T didn't do too well, as T fell on the second obstacle over under, and then Barclay, while yes, she made it through both Diamond Dash and Kaleidoscope, which took her out in season 14 semis, she ended up not being able to make it up the wall, surprisingly enough, so they left the competition with 3 points and were knocked out very quickly.
It was really unfortunate, but I was really happy to see them. Obviously, yeah. Above all else, I think I might have come off like a little bit harsh during that special, but like, I am personally really happy that there was a gay couple here, and honestly, I'm really happy that also there's one of the stars is also gay too. It's just like nice to see that representation, especially since it's not like something that's forced. They just Barclay just happened to be bisexual, and again, it's cool.
Yeah. After that, we had Heather Petty Heather Petty and Mark Antique.
Yeah, I'd take a double take on that one.
I'm sorry. I am such a... Okay. I don't think I have excuses for this one. It's okay. The two of them probably had one of the weirdest segments in the night, as both of them were dressed up as a shark and T-Rex respectively, and they were talking about why they do that. Honestly, I couldn't catch why. I didn't give a crap. It was funny, but there wasn't much to it.
Yeah, Heather ended up falling on Air Surfer, And then Mark ended up getting through his obstacles and hitting a buzzer at the end. Really cool to see.
Yeah, for sure. So, after them, we had Megan Johnson and Kyle Solomon.
Yeah, this is a couple that, honestly, I don't have too much to say about if I'm being completely real.
Yeah, there wasn't really much to this one or those segment. They had a segment about the fact that they'll recently moved into each moved.
Yes, they moved into each other.
I was going to cut that out, you damn son.
I'm editing these, so it's my choice, not yours.
Fuck. You're white. Fuck. Wood is all having an amazing time here.
What, laughing at each other's own quips? It's fine.
I mean, usually speaking, we aren't, laughing our asses off.
I mean, this is why you do this with multiple people. It's the only way this works, you know?
Yeah, just like the lone guy doing this.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, so, Megan and Kyle, they had their run. I can't talk.
We're keeping this all in the edit.
I am so doing that, man. Okay, you go. I can't.
So Megan ended up going out on Air Surfer, while Kyle Solomon ended up getting through all his obstacles and completing the and getting his buzzer. So they got 5 points and ended up moving on. After that, we had Jonas Hermer and Michaela Skiddo, which honestly was a weird couple to feature because both of them are Olympians.
Yeah, so it's back to that shit, but it was fine. I think it was kind of funny actually, seeing what's his name? Jonas is 6'7" and Michaela is 5 feet. So we have the shortest competitor me with the largest competitor. I'm also pretty sure that Jonas is the largest ninja we've ever seen on the show at 6'7". I don't think we've seen anyone go beyond 6'6".
Yeah, I think he's definitely one of the tallest. Maybe the tallest. I'm not sure. He might be tied with someone else, but I don't think you've seen anyone who is 6'8" or something.
Yeah, there's usually a limit with that, but it's cool. These two had an okay enough one. Michaela fell at the very end of Jonas fell at the very end of Air Surfer, and Michaela fell in Kaleidoscope. So, yeah, they did not move on, but it was fine enough.
Yeah. After that, we had the final couple to run in round 1 before the semis. We had Jesse LeBlanc and Krista Ganji. This being another one of the more entertaining segments because these two have a really long history on the show and being together and whatnot. They were just talking about their time on the show and how they met and all that stuff. The segment was really nicely put together, if I'm being real. It was nice, it was condensed really well. It was really cool to hear these two, that they have the most experience as a couple, and they was we're gonna be Ninja's power couple and everything. I think it is really cool.
Yeah, and they're not an overplayed couple. I honestly do genuinely think they're kind of cute, and they're pretty cool too. Pretty cool. Chris and Jesse, they've always been that background couple we always like seeing, and yeah, honestly, I always really like seeing them. So it's really cool to see them competing in this. It's also really good to see the Black back since she didn't compete in season 15. So yeah.
Yeah. Again, we don't really have a statement about that, but you know what? It was cool.
Yeah, a lot of fun. They were the second couple to get a complete run, completing all the obstacles and Chris hitting the buzzer at the end of the run. And, yeah, they were guaranteed to move on.
Yeah, really good to see these two. Once this was a pretty entertaining one. It was good to see both of them. Yeah, that allows us to move on to the semifinals. The semifinals, was now an extended course, which is really cool. A huge, benefit from the family special where it was just the 6 obstacles again. Here they actually were allowed to run on the rest of the course. It's probably because most of these ninjas were way more experienced, but it was still really cool to see. The other obstacles were not the best in the world. We had Salmon Ladder, freaking Ghost Town, diving boards, and Split Decision with Flipped Around. It's really interesting to say those words again.
Yeah, it's been a season.
And then the Spiral Trap at the top.
Yeah, if this is a semifinal swan song, then I think it's pretty okay.
Yeah, Ghost Town is not the best obstacle in the world. I never really liked it. Thought it was a little too much. But Flip the Wand I always kind of liked. Yeah, it's just Flip the Wand was like one of those obstacles where it wasn't too much. It was actually pretty good.
Yeah, then diving boards is also a really good choice for the balance obstacle. And I'm pretty sure that obstacle's final appearance too, so that's really cool.
Yeah, it's a good obstacle. I really like seeing it. I think it's an if I want to go on a tangent here, I would say it would have been a great obstacle to see on the one-offs.
Oh yeah, if they actually had a balance obstacle on that. Yeah, someone should make a video about that.
I'm totally not making a video about that.
Oh, we really saved Great this really well, huh?
Yeah.
That was totally on purpose, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I am going to be making a video about wasting an ANW really soon. Yeah, maybe we'll talk about it later at the end. But, yeah, that's about it. We have the first runners of round 2 who were Alyssa Beard and James McGrath. And before we end this one, I think we got to talk about the changed rules going into semis because it is a little bit different here in round 2.
Yeah, so on the first 6 obstacles, it does work the same way. The first person takes on the first 3 obstacles, second person takes on next 3. But then after that, the first person will go back on for the 7th and 8th obstacle, and then the second person will head on for the for obstacles 9 and 10. And if you fall on either leg, then the other person can keep on going and get half points for your obstacles if they end up doing it. And they can also, and if you fall in the water, you also can't win your obstacles again. It's a little weird, a little bit complex, a little bit convoluted, but you know what? It works just fine. And again, it makes for a lot more of an entertaining competition than the family competition ever was.
Yeah, so we got Alyssa Beard and James McGrath running first, and they did fine enough as Alyssa made it through all her obstacles, passing on to James. Well, James ended up falling surprisingly enough on Kaleidoscope. Couldn't get his momentum going, and he ended up falling on the last one, similar to how he failed in season 14. Then Alyssa ended up taking on the Salmon Ladder, which she completed, but then failed on Ghost Town, ending their one with a total of 5 points. So, yeah, pretty good to see. They did not really do enough to move on, but it was still really good. After that, we had Heather Petty and Mark Antiqua in the first and I think only fast forward segment in this entire episode. The two of them, they did pretty decently. Heather fell on air server while Mark got through all his obstacles up till Ghost Town when he ended up falling, and the team ended with 5.5 points. Alright, so once again, they did not move on. And then we get the next shown one, that being Austin Gray and Jaylene Bennett. And once again, they accomplished being very entertaining as Nate Hansen was up in the booth with Matt Akbar.
Yeah, and unlike usually when we have a special guest star helping them out, Nate was actually pretty decent commentating over the one. Like, I gotta say, hey, for something that was on such short notice, he wasn't doing all that bad.
Yeah, and I think it was because they picked him to commentate on people he knew, basically.
Oh yeah, they've had Jesse Graff and Casey Gonzalez up in the stands before as well. It is a little weird sometimes, but I think it's cool when they actually get a commentator who knows what they're doing, and that's Nate Hansen right there. He did really well. The joke was here is that because he was Austin and Jaylene's matchmaker, they wanted to get him a girlfriend too. I'm just but I want to keep this polyester, It's fine, I don't care.
Yeah, look, it's kind of just like a headcanon thing at this point.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's funny, but it's just internal one. So the two of them, Jaylene got through her obstacles really quickly, so did Austin, the first part, but then Jaylene fell in the salmon ladder, and Austin ended up getting through his obstacles, so they ended with 8 points total, a little bit short, but still a really good one. And honestly, I'm not sure how far I was expecting Jaylene to go on the back half because she hasn't been there before and really isn't a known competitor. She's only competed in I think seasons 14 and 15. 14 and 15, so I'm not sure what I was expecting, but a little bit disappointing, but they were able to do it just fine, and they ended the one with 8 points.
Yeah, after that we had
Kyle Soderman and Megan Johnson.
Yep, this one was actually pretty decent. Similar to Austin and Jaylene, they had a perfect one through the first 6 obstacles. And on the salmon ladder, Megan Johnson actually was able to get up it surprisingly. However, she went out on Ghost Town. And Kyle was able to get through his obstacles, meaning they ended the round with 9 points, which, spoiler alert, was more than anyone else.
Yeah, it was fully expected that the next 2 runners, the final 2 runners, Ganji and Jason LeBlanc, were going to win this thing. We're going to get the full 10 points, and honestly, I was really expecting it as well. Which is when LeBlanc fell on flipped around. That was a surprise.
Yeah, they all went through the obstacles pretty cleanly, Ganji being the first and only person to get through Ghost Town. However, LeBlanc ended up falling on flipped around, and Ganji was able to clinch their spot in the finals by doing the spiral trap, getting a half point. Yeah, a little bit of a weird one, but good to see. These two were definitely, something more definitely expected to see. And then we have the Power Tower matchup, which honestly makes me really miss the Power Tower, especially with the light of Season 15 having bad races.
Yeah! Don't worry, that video's coming soon, so you understand fully why David has that opinion.
I mean, you can watch the podcast episodes if you don't want to wait.
I mean, yeah, but you want to understand, why racing's not working here, then, yeah, watch that video when it comes out.
Yeah, just drawn up hype for it. But, it just shows how much better the Power Tower is. It's so much more of an entertaining, course, even if it's a lot smaller. It's basically exactly the same as the one from the regular Season 14. We had to push a big block up and then go down a bunch of pipes and then swing on the ropes. Go up the column climb, heading over to the cliffhangers where they tag the women, where they lead off going, climbing once again, climbing on another ladder to the dropping shots where the buzzers are at the end. It was really close heading off, with Kyle Soderman immediately taking a lead over, Chris Ganji, him giving a huge lead to Megan Johnson, who was able to close it out. And while yes, Flex and DeGanji tried to catch up, it was a no contest, honestly. And Megan Johnson hit the buzzer before LeBlanc, and they ended up becoming the couples champions.
Yeah, a little bit of an upset. Definitely LeBlanc and DeGanji were the expected ones, but Kyle Soderman definitely had the advantage on this Power Tower because he's a speed guy, so I think it was pretty expected for them to win if they got here, and they did, yeah.
Alright, so that's the thing. That's the ANW couples special. Woo! Yeah, we're done here.
Yeah, we're out of here, man. Finally, we're finally done with this special. It wasn't the worst thing in the world. It was actually kind of fun to rewatch and everything, and I completely forgot its results, so it was cool to see. I do find it was just really good. I love it, dude. It was just really decent. It's probably better than a lot of season 15's episodes.
Actually, yeah, because it doesn't have you yelling at the screen at the dumb format changes. It's just a normal fun night. Yeah, and honestly, that's what this night needed to be. It just needed to be a fun little special to cap off season 15, and it was fine with that. Honestly, I think it looks better as a season 14 finale. Because it was made for that, obviously.
Yeah, it was just aired a little bit differently, but to us, it will always be a part of season 14 because that's when it was filmed.
Yeah, but that is it for this episode of the Enjoy a Podcast. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hopefully it won't take us all that long to go into the Stage 5 Ninja Awards. I will tell you right now, that's my top priority, but the next podcast won't be until we, get the nominees down, and it also won't be till I finish the tribute. I don't want that hogging us. So, yeah, we still got some time. But, yeah, we have a Thanksgiving weekend is coming up here, so we'll probably have some time to talk about this, get the nominees down, he's done, I'll have time to make that racing video for ANW. Maybe edit that Stage 2 retrospective, which, if you guys saw the latest community post, you will know that is planned for December. So get hyped for that as well.
Yeah, so we will see you guys next time to announce the nominees for the Stage 5 Ninja Awards. That should be next time, right?
In theory, that will be next time. That's generally my plan for this next part. And after the Stage 5 Ninja Awards, I'm not exactly sure what we're doing. We plan to cover Sasuke 41 unless something comes up. But generally after that, maybe we'll do some miscellaneous stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I personally have always wanted to talk about Team Ninja on the show, so maybe we'll do some of that if we have enough time.
Yeah, talking about Team Ninja would be a lot of fun. The way we do it is we go episode by episode, not doing in-depth stuff, but like talking about them recap style. And talk about the individual races and how fun they were. But we've been wanting to do that for a while, ever since we did Ninja Junior, because we thought it'd be fun to just talk about it. And Team Ninja doesn't really have all that much coverage in general online, so we thought it'd be a great idea.
Yeah, I'd be really into if we get to cover some Team Ninja after the Stage 5 Ninja Awards, so maybe early next year. I would honestly expect it. After Sasuke 41, I would love to cover some Team Ninja with you guys, so maybe we can make that happen.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. ANW 16, we don't know when that's airing, but we plan to cover it. I really hope it's not the final season of ANW, but considering everything, I could absolutely see it, which really does suck.
We'll see what happens. We'll be here for it. If AEW does come to a close, I will tell you something. I'm not sure how much farther we're to keep on going. You know?
Yeah, the real thing is that I think I have projects that I want to keep on going with, but there's also the fact that we're getting older as well as people, so we may not have time to meet up for the podcast or do the channel as a whole. If something does come up, I'll make sure to let you guys know about it. Obviously, like, I'm not gonna be one of those channels that just disappears out of nowhere. Even if it's just one very simple, quick video to establish the fact that I'm leaving the channel, that we're done with the channel in general. I don't really want to be one of those YouTubers that just leave. So, yeah, our plans right now are to do Stage 5 Ninja Awards and wrap up those 2 discussion videos that we have planned: the Stage 2 retrospective and the Stage 2 retrospective, as well as the Wasting an AEW video, which you guys will likely be able to see within the next 2 to 3 weeks, give or take. Whenever I get the chance to record it, I think it'll probably be sometime during Thanksgiving break, is when I'll probably get a chance to record it. I have my basic idea of what I want to do with it, and yeah, once again, I'll get on to editing that Stage 2 thing as well, and you guys will hopefully be able to see it by the end of the year.
Yeah, we have some big plans. We hope to see you guys next time for the Stage 2 for our announcement of the Stage 5 Ninja Award nominees. See you guys there. Peace.